think. Okay, we're rolling. So welcome everyone to the pre-Thanksgiving AGFFA report going into our final week of the regular season, week 12. We'll talk a little bit about the week 11 games and outcomes and where we stand going into the playoffs next week. Right next to me, my wife, our defending champion. Two-time, yeah. Yeah, Jessica, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Feels good to be here, guys.
Yeah. And Jeff, Gumby, y'all are here too. How y'all doing?
Not too bad.
What's up, Jess? Glad to have you on.
Glad to be able to be on Monday.
Yeah. So like
It's
week 11. Go ahead,
I'm
Jeff.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Don't mean to interrupt. Jess, it's hard to hear you, so I don't know if we can get the mic boosted up or something.
I guess it's hogging it. So.
I don't even think this is plugged in.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's why.
We're going through the laptop, but anyway, if y'all are good now, yeah. So week 11, that was a pretty big week. Jess had the chance to basically get in the playoffs, maybe take the division, but fell a little short. I think Ryan Tannehill could have helped you if you started him, right?
But I would have had to start also Boston Scott, which is something I don't know if I would have
Oh.
done anyway. So
you were losing.
yeah, I was going to lose no matter what.
Yeah.
You'd be bragging right now.
Yeah.
Jeff, you put up a stinker against Whip, but that was to be expected.
Guys could have taken the points. We
Well, he
talked about
scored. He scored.
that's right.
He scored 97 points. That's pretty good for Jeff this year.
that. I know. Benny
Is it-
still got me a touchdown.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that touchdown.
Yeah.
And Jess needs your help this week, Jeff, just in case. So I hope you've done some waiver wire claims and whatever, because she needs your help in case the Ramones wins.
Well, I don't understand. What do you mean?
Well, you're playing the Ramones, right?
I guess. Yeah.
There's a playoff scenario where if Jess loses and Ramones wins, I believe Ramones gets in.
Okay. Well, we'll get to the matchup here in a little bit, and I'll see how many times I would have beaten Ramones to give you my honest assessment of whether that'll happen. But I'll do my best. I mean, no, I take it back. I'll try, but I won't try that hard.
Yeah. Are you going for the number one seed? Is that the thing?
I don't think I can get there. Honestly, I think Asmus will. I think I have the tiebreaker over Asmus, so he's pretty much locked in as the top pick, if I remember right.
Okay.
So
I play him this week too, and I think I'm projected to crush him. So that would be me not starting Mahomes, and that's against the competitive sportsmanshipness of our league,
Yeah.
Which actually
Well,
I would like to go ahead.
The problem is that if Jess, you win and I win, then I'll be tied with Scabs Bolt, and I have the tiebreaker over Scabs Bolt. My two of my three wins in that case would be Scabs Bolt and freaking Asmus. So then I'll be the third overall pick, which means I'm staring down. I'll be all right with Zeke. I mean, I guess Saquon Barkley, maybe. Or I might pull, a Heath and grab me some Derrick Henry. I don't know.
Worked out pretty good for Heath this year.
It really did. But I think I'd rather have Zeke or Barkley over Derrick Henry. So
Yeah.
Well,
I guess in that case, Jess, you should probably just win.
yeah, I should just win. That would be
yeah,
best.
yeah.
Yeah. If I win, I'm in. So that's all I got to do.
Oh, well then you're good. You're good. You don't need me to do nothing. Okay. So
Hopefully.
probably not.
And speaking of being in, Gumby's already in, but he's not locked in.
What do you got to do to win a division around here?
Got to go 12-0.
Win all the games.
I put 11 games in. What?
Hey, I mean, you made the playoffs like 3 weeks ago, so at least that felt good, but it's just not gotten any better, right?
Well, my team's been, I had like bye weeks all last week and this past 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that now that that's over, I can get some stuff going. But the injury to my tight end that I traded a bunch for is really crushing me.
Yeah,
That's the real problem I've got right now.
yeah.
And the Chiefs signing Bell was not good either. That was a problem. I traded for CEH and I traded for what's his name out in San Francisco, tight end, and tight end got hurt and CEH went down the depth chart. So
Yeah, but I mean,
that
he's
sucks.
still basically CEH is the starter, right? Like he's getting those reps and first, second down, whatever it is.
I don't
2
know.
out of every 3 series. I don't know how to call it.
I don't know. Fat Andy is a really smart dude, and he does a lot of stuff that he's not going to do what you expect him to do. So
I think he
it's
rides
hard
the
to
hot
predict.
hand, really.
Yeah, but this week they've got the Bucks, which is a really tough out for any run attack.
Mm.
And when you got Mahomes, you don't have to run it if you don't want to. So
But it could be dump off passes then. So
Yeah.
that could work out.
I don't have him in the starting lineup right now. He's
Ah.
not even in my starters. I picked up that dude out of that unsigned guy from Miami that has been tearing it up, and they got the Jets this week, so I'll probably go that route.
Was it Salvin Ahmad or whatever?
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name.
Salvia Ahmad.
Yeah,
That's cool.
he's starting this week.
Sorry, Gumby, I'm looking at the snaps for Kansas City, and it looks like last week CEH had 29 snaps on offense, and Le'Veon Bell had 15. So yeah, that's eating into his production pretty good there. Darrell Williams had 15 as well. So, he's got the majority of the snaps out of the backfield, but it's not what do you call it? The plurality? I don't know, like the super majority, because he's only getting about 50% of the total snaps, and then the other 50% is split between those other 2 guys.
Well, I might start CEH anyway. Looks like Ahmad is on the injury list now.
Uh-oh.
Well, that sucks.
I guess we're going to find out what your projection looks like here in a second. Real quick, I just wanted to make sure this is clear, though. Your win last week should have an asterisk next to it.
A loss would have had an asterisk too.
What's that?
A loss would have had an asterisk too. That was an asterisk game.
Yeah, I mean,
so
we have to talk about it.
I either win because he doesn't start a tight end, or I lose because he starts 2 quarterbacks.
Good point.
Just, I mean, I wish. Do y'all talk to Scholl much?
I don't talk too much.
No, I mean, I sent him a text about it and said, "Hey, no offense, Kevin. I wasn't hoping for you to lose. I just kind of wanted to see what happens."
The thing is, though,
so I don't know.
It actually, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't change the playoffs too much, because even if I lost that game, right, this week's game still is for the division win.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
So it really didn't change anything in the grand scheme of things, because I still got to beat Mike to win the division. So.
Yeah. I feel like it could be a sign of some problems. Like, is he not interested anymore playing? Is that a thing for him that he just doesn't want to tell us, or I don't know. So
hard to say. I haven't talked to him, so not sure. But there's been no indication in the past that he's losing interest at all.
I know, like he would respond to trade offers and stuff like that. So I don't know. But if y'all haven't talked to him, whatever. I just hope he realizes he has a chance to get in the playoffs still. That win last week, because it would have been a win. That win would have made it that much easier going up against Jess for the tiebreaker and all that. So
he hasn't made many moves this year, so that could. But I don't really know if Scholl's been that active on waivers. Period. To be honest, I think he tends to just draft his team and go with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, to put a bow or tie this all up, I looked at the Alamo Goliad side of the conferences and what's going on, and it does look like the Alamo side, which is the Moon Division and Smith Division, that it's set, it's done. We know the playoff teams, matchups, and outcomes don't really matter, except for maybe seeding for the draft next year. So really, the big games, you and Heath or Scabs.
No.
It's Scabs, isn't it?
I think it's Scabs.
Yeah, and then obviously Ramones versus you, Jeff. So, my bad, and Ballzilla versus Whip. So
That's
So do
the
you
one for all the marbles.
Mm-hmm.
So Jess, you have the tiebreaker on Savages. Yeah, you do. You beat them. All right. So yeah, you're in.
Yep.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, and actually right before we started this little thing, or the podcast, I was looking at all the different rankings. I put all the numbers back in, and Ballzilla, you got jumped this week.
Yeah, he outscored me by a significant amount. He put almost 200 points up on Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got number ones in everything now except the record. So it's a big game between y'all two. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Oh yeah.
Everybody else basically stayed the same. I saw, like, I moved up a little. I think you moved down a little,
Yeah, I was
Jess, and
pretty
then
down.
everybody else is right around the same. So it'll be.
This is the lowest I've been all season.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I was looking at it. So like you were riding this the whole way, and now you're back down to second overall. So yeah, it'll be a good finish for y'all's division here. And
If they COVID cancel the season, who's the champion? Is it Gumby or is it Michael?
Well, there's an algorithm for that I don't think we would know until we actually run it.
well, it's right here,
Right.
but yeah, Gumby
Oh,
still
you
has
do
it at
have it.
first.
Oh,
You have the
okay.
most total points, then Whip, and then I think it's Hook'em again. Yeah, this is my fancy Excel math.
Oh, it automatically does it?
I
So is
just
that-
drag this.
The only thing I've got on him is head to head though.
What, against Whip?
Against Whip, yeah. That's the
Right,
only thing
so-
I got on them.
The next win's going to really matter, I think. So, well, I guess it's going to come down to total points too. You might still pull it off. I don't know, but I don't think
if
the
we split
season's
that,
ending after week 12.
I think on total points for the whole season, he's like 15 ahead of me, which is really nothing over the course of a season.
So I've got it right here. Whip is 1685 to your 1670. So
Yeah, he's 15 ahead of me, which is like nothing over the course of the season, right? That's like just over 1 point per game.
yeah, right here your averages. So
Yeah. So, that's pretty close.
I know, and obviously your averages when you had Kittle and all that, you had a lot of bigger games. It seems like I guess some close ones too, but
Yeah, that Kittle injury has been devastating.
mhm.
Because it's going to cost me badly next year too.
But he's keeper eligible, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's
but
trade
I
bait.
gave up a third for him and a first for CEH.
Oh yeah.
And then the injuries and the Bell signing is really made next year's going to suck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we thought the same thing with Jess and my dad, and look at them. They both have a chance to make it. So
Yeah.
anything's possible.
True.
All right. So let me go ahead and open up the games for this week. Oh, whoops. This was the NFL predictions. Oh, yeah. Breaking news for anyone listening, which they probably already heard it at this point, but the Steeler game got canceled. Or not canceled, just pushed back.
Postponed,
Yeah. So that kind of sucks.
It does. That's,
I mean, we were just talking about this beforehand,
Yeah.
but like it hurts the Steelers and the Ravens just as equally because I think the Ravens have a Thursday night game next week.
So now on the Thanksgiving where we can't really go anywhere or do anything, we only get 2 football games.
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, there might be some college basketball, which I like that. I'm into, but we're all football fans, right? So
It's crap. It's total crap. You remember, like, I cannot stand that. Can't stand. Harbaugh's made his career as a great coach based on working refs over to get a lot of pass interference calls. I mean, that's how elite Flacco. That's all he did was throw the ball downfield and get a pass interference call because Harbaugh was on the sideline saying, "Oh, they're interfering." That's his career, and now he's jobbing us because of the freaking COVID because he can't control his teams going out and clubbing, getting turned up.
On a
It's his
related
fault.
note, is that particular Harbaugh responsible for the lights going out in the Superdome?
Yeah,
wait,
it's all of that.
I'm trying to wait. I remember that happening. Which
Yeah,
Harbaugh were you talking about? I'm confused now.
John Harbaugh.
John's the one for
Whichever one
Baltimore.
coached Radfords.
Yeah, because the 49ers were making a comeback. They were coming on.
Wait, I wasn't sure if they were making the comeback before
No, they
the lights
were
went out or it happened after.
No, they were coming. They were in the middle of a huge comeback, and they had all the momentum, all the everything, and then oops, the lights went out in the Superdome.
Okay.
We got to hold off for a bit. It was like a basketball timeout.
If that's what happened, that's funny. I thought it was the other way around, that it happened and then they started making the comeback. But yeah.
No, they were on their way to bringing it back, and then the lights went out, and then the Baltimore regrouped and
What a weird
them
Super
off.
Bowl that was.
They busted out their traveling suitcase of flashlights because they knew what was happening.
Writing their new plays down and what they had to do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's all hardball. No, but in all honesty, that's crap, man. I can't believe we're getting jobbed this way. Just garbage.
Yeah. I mean, we're still undefeated. We can't complain too much, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not going to complain too much. And yeah, it gives us a little bit more rest, but it gives them more rest too. And the Thanksgiving games are an unfair competitive advantage for the home team. They always have been. That's why it's crappy that the Cowboys get it every year. It's an unfair competitive advantage. And the Lions, but the Lions have historically not been able to take care of it. But and this is the one time that we get that advantage, and now it's being taken away from us. I'll take the rest. Sure, we need a little bit more rest, but it was going to hurt them even more because they were down to like one running back and then some other dude. It's just, it's once again, we're getting the short end of it here. I mean, if you want to make it right, then all right. We're going to postpone this week altogether. The Steelers get the bye that was taken from them by the Titans. Just postpone this game to the end of the year. The Steelers get a bye, and then I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. But no, you can't do that because then you got a team with 2 byes, and that's not our fault. Whatever. I think it's crap. I think it's more.
I saw someone suggest earlier, if it did happen, and it has happened now, where the game is moved, go ahead and make a week 18. And by that point, maybe the Steelers would go 15-0 and the Ravens do whatever they do. But that game for week 18 is like for the playoffs. So it makes it so the Steelers are like, well, yeah, I'm coming to play. I'm going to make sure we make sure you don't make the playoffs. So
Yeah.
that would be nice. All right, so you guys can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, good deal. Yeah, let's get into some picks if y'all are ready.
Sure.
Real quick recap of last week. We all went the same record. What do you think that was?
2-6.
We had a lot of the same picks. Like there were a lot of consensus. Everyone picked the same teams.
I thought there was a heck of a lot of that last week.
There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So were we all correct or wrong on those 6?
We all went 6 and 2, but it wasn't those 6 that we were all correct on. We all missed the one with Shooks versus I forget who they play. I think it was M Team. But I don't know if you guys saw Monty. He's been doing really well the last couple of weeks. I think he's won 4 out of the last 5. So yeah.
He had a rough season.
I know. Yeah, I think we checked in the standings or points allowed. He was the highest or second highest, something like that. So
Yeah, he's got 4 wins, 7 losses.
yeah, and the thing is, like, there's a chance he could make the playoffs, but it would require Stout basically saying, Texas Savage is saying, okay, I'm not going to put any starters in my lineup, and you just try to score 250 points on me.
Oh.
It's just like that's the only way it could happen. It sucks, but
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes, there's a chance. I'm not even gonna bet on it. I don't want to throw a crazy number out there because then it would happen. He would break the record. But yeah, we all went 6 and 2 last week, and so there's a lot of games coming up here. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that important as far as the standings and the matchups for the playoffs. But I'll go ahead and get it started with my matchup against the Smuffs. I'm currently a 50-point favorite. Jarvis Landry, it looks like, could come in for Jason. Maybe this Travis Fulgham guy. I guess there's some improvements he could make, but I think it would only improve it maybe to where I'm a 40-point favorite. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to win this.
I think that's probably going to be unanimous.
Our guest picker today. So
Oh, sweet.
yeah, I'm picking me. Is this a consensus? Can I skip it as fast as possible?
I mean, I'm gonna pick you.
Do we want to say something nice about Jason's team before the season's over?
Yes.
Is there anything
yes.
we'd like to
I would say
about
something
him?
nice about Jason's team. It's astonishing he got 2 wins. That's fantastic.
I'll soften it a little bit. I feel bad that he got T.Y. Hilton, and if looking at the the Colts being a better team because of Phillip Rivers, you would have thought T.Y. Hilton would have been a part of that. He's a spare,
Yeah.
He's not good. But he does have pieces for keeping next year. Like you mentioned, Fulgham, that guy I think he's legit. So, yeah.
Yeah, but their quarterback sucks. Carson Wentz, man, I think he's the new curse. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Like, I had him this year. I had him last year. I haven't won a playoff game in like 12 years. And I feel like he's a continuation of a curse.
So here's a fun thing about Carson Wentz. The Eagles have a similar experience with Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bold statement, Gus.
I know. And you know what? I'll live with the results of the playoffs. My team isn't that good, but whatever.
Is he starting both Denver running backs?
Yes, and he started a receiver from Denver.
Wow.
I'm getting Asmus confused with Scholl sometimes when I look at his lineup.
Yeah, that looks like a Shoals lineup.
Yeah,
it does. Hey, on your side of things, though, Gus, projected for 153 points has got to feel pretty good going into the playoffs because, that's a lot of points, man. I mean, that could throw a monkey wrench into all sorts of things. I think I picked in my write-up that I said, hey, man, if you can make it to the playoffs, you could threaten to win the whole thing. And that looks pretty good, man. I don't know if that's got to be pretty high up there as far as points.
It's obviously all because of Mahomes, but Travis Kelce has helped because he has stuck on as the #1 tight end, or at least he's going to end up as a top 3 by the end of the season, right?
He's still #1 right now.
Right, and I don't know what the whole list is, but by after week 12, if he only has a 10-point game, is that going to be enough to hold on to it? I don't know, probably. It's going to be down to my running backs. Mike Davis has been starting for the last several weeks.
Well, a problem you've got is that Carolina is on a bye next week.
Yeah.
First round of the playoffs. That's bad.
It is.
Wayne Gallman. You got Wayne Gallman. He's pretty all right.
Yeah, I did get Gallman, and I think he's going to at least be able to come in next week too because Devontae Freeman's still out. But you know what I was looking at was I'm slated right now to play Shook because I'll be the 3 seed. And I was looking at his week 13 lineup.
Yeah.
Brady is out. Mike Evans is out.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I picked up a tight end because Gronk's out that week too.
There you go. That's smart. You look ahead. So anyway, I think anything could happen in that week 13 game, but I like my chances. So yeah, I'll put us down for the sweep. We all pick my team. So
bye weeks in fantasy football playoffs suck.
It does, man. I didn't think that was ever going to happen. Where week 13 bye.
COVID.
Is that the only reason it's happened?
Yep.
Was that moved out?
Yeah, they lost a game to COVID, and their bye week changed because of COVID.
But wait, you think entering the season, week 13 wasn't a bye week?
That seems awful late. That seems awful late.
It does.
I've never heard of a week 13 bye before, but I didn't think – you're saying, Gumby, when they started changing games that they had to make a week 13 bye? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. unless the league said, well, old man Brady needs a week off just before the playoffs. So,
yeah.
I mean, other than that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I hope next year it's not like that too, because if I was a McCaffrey owner and that was my chance to come back and he was healthy, that would piss me off. So, but I think the owners in this league who are active, they understand it's just the luck of the draw, right?
Is what it is.
It is what it is. All right.
So anyway, you're in the playoffs, right? And your first playoff game is going to be against Shook, who's devastated as far as bye weeks go. So I think his backup is Baker Mayfield. And I don't know who his backup wide receiver is going to be, but if we were going to look ahead at that, maybe we can get to Shook's team. Let's put a pin in it and just look and see what happens.
Well, I mean, I've got it right here. So, Brady's on bye. He throws in Mayfield at Tennessee. Who knows? I think it says they're the 28th ranked pass defense or whatever. So that's probably good for him. And as far as backup wide receivers, he's got options. He's got a lot of Vegas options, but
Aguilar is like a hit and miss. If he decides to catch the ball that day, he's really good.
right.
If he decides to show up with his hands covered in concrete, with cinder blocks for fingers, then he sucks. He's a weird dude.
I know. Yeah. I wouldn't trust him at all.
That guy needs to call Jerry Rice in the offseason and say, Jerry, please help. Teach me how to catch a football. And he'd be a badass.
Yeah.
That might be some Calvin Homerism coming in there since Aguilar played for the Eagles for so long. But no, last week he dropped a lot of passes that would have been like
right in his hands. Like,
wait, but he still had a 20-point game. Like, he was awesome.
that could have been a 30-point game for that dude. No joke. He was open the whole game.
Yeah, this type of line scares me. Look at that. 1 catch, 8 yards the week before. I don't know if he was injured, but that's terrible. 2 catches only and a touchdown. So that's
Look at Cleveland. Look at the Cleveland game.
Well, maybe he was in. Oh, no, it says 2 targets.
Yeah, he wasn't injured.
Wow.
Yeah, Aguilar he's a dice roll.
Yeah.
They're because he played for the Eagles for a while, remember? And we saw him twice a year with the Cowboys. And there are times when you'll make you think he's the next Randy Moss. And then there are times you'll think that how did this guy even get in the league? Who signed this guy?
Yeah, why are you playing wide receiver? You should be a corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Bat those balls down. All right. So next game I have is Savages versus M Team. Congrats on the Savages for getting in the playoffs. Of course, it's not final, but he's basically in 99.
He's got a 150-point projection. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a good team. He just had an unlucky set of games this year where he lost with like 160 points scoring. And that happened last year too. He had like a 190-point game and he lost to Shook. I know. I felt so bad for him. It's like I'm glad he doesn't want to like quit the league after something like that. But anyway, yeah, he's looking good against Monty. I'm not sure if Monty has some improvements. I guess there's probably maybe Michael Gallup. He changed out for John Brown or something. It's not going to help too much more if it's already a 20-point advantage. I don't know. Anyone want to chime in, add something extra, or do we just want to say good things about teams that aren't going to make the playoffs?
No. I think Savages are going to win this game, and I think this is the end of a pretty inspiring effort by Monty that will end in a thumping.
Yeah, I'll pick Savages too. I mean, I'm rooting for Monty. But I just feel bad. He just had a rough start, it seems like, as well. And I hope he wants to stay in the league. That's the only other thing I'm going to say.
It just went downhill for him from injuries, and I think he lost his tight end. I don't know what round he picked up his tight end, but he lost his tight end in week 1.
Yeah, it was was it Schultz that he had?
Yeah.
Or Jarwin.
No, Jarwin. He had Schultz. He had Schultz as the starter. Schultz is not the starter in Dallas. Jarwin is.
Right. That's who it
Schultz
was.
has been okay, but Jarwin's a lot better.
Well, we'll see. Schultz might have won that job. I don't think it was as clear cut that Blake Jarwin was the guy. They didn't give him a new contract, so or did they re-sign him? I don't think they re-signed him.
I don't remember. When Prescott went out, that pretty much jacked up everybody on that team. Their stats are not what they should be.
No, he did get a contract. He got a $22 million contract, a 4-year deal. So
it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is Blake Jarwin. That sucks because not to go off the rails here a little bit, but I did pick up Schultz in the Dynasty League and thought whatever. But Yeah, Jarwin, I bet, is going to be the dude just because he just got a new deal.
Yep.
You picking Savages, Jess?
Yeah, I'm going Savages.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Yep.
too, Gumby?
Savages.
Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, so Savages next week, it looks like they're going to play Hook'em. So that'll be interesting to see the matchup there. Yeah. So Touch Me Down versus Beer Guzzlers. Man, I know he had a rough kind of start too. It seemed like his team still looks good. I think he could even improve his lineup this week, and it would be up there against.
Was Cam Newton his original quarterback?
I think so.
Man, that has not panned out very well.
Well, there was a stretch he was really bad, and I dropped him in the Hufel League, and then I picked him up later, a week or two later, and he paid off last week against the.
What's going on with Juju? What's that Q for on Juju there?
He's fine. It's a stupid thing. He stepped on a ref's flag and it twisted his ankle.
What?
Yeah.
It's like one of the dumbest things you'd ever heard of. So anyway, he sat out most of the fourth quarter, if I remember correctly, but the game was out of hand, and they said that he could have played if he needed to. So it's questionable, but it's just manipulated.
How do you?
Injury report.
Those are just flags. How do you twist your ankle?
Well, they're made out of silk, and they're real slick and pretty. He stepped on it. It was a wet field, and his foot slipped a little bit, and he kind of hobbled off to the sideline.
Don't they have like little like sand or beans in the thing too, so it's weighted and it falls, whatever?
Yeah,
right?
it's ground diamond, artificial diamond that they put in the end of it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if it hits the foot in the right area, I can totally see how that's a toe
It's
injury.
weird. That's just
it
weird.
put a guy's eye out once.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, now
true,
he has
good.
a few extra days, so that's a benefit for pushing that game back.
Bull crap.
He needed those extra days for his poor little ankle.
There's your conspiracy. You guys are jobbing the Dirty Birds
Yeah.
to get Schuster back.
Yeah, maybe.
Bull crap.
I do notice he still has Carlos Hyde in, who was a great 1 week replacement last week. He had like 18 points. Yeah, he paid off. So 4.4 this week, maybe not starting, but it looks like he throws in David Montgomery. So that brings his projection closer. So yeah, this actually looks like a pick 'em.
It is, because he could also slap Wentz in there. His options at quarterback suck, but I don't know if you want to.
Frick is
who would you rather
Wentz
start,
37 and a
Wentz or
half
Newton?
point projection. This dude sucks.
Yeah.
Look at the last 4 weeks and 3 games. That average
Hey,
is
listen,
terrible.
look at this. Look at that. In week 8, he got 14 points against Dallas, the worst defense in the history of the NFL.
Mhm.
That's not hyperbole. That's not an exaggeration. Statistically, the Dallas Cowboys defense in 2020 is the worst in the history of the NFL, and Carson Wentz got a whopping 14 points against those guys.
Yeah.
That broke him. Because he was doing pretty well. Not great, but from week, even beginning of the season, he had a down week in week 2, but he was scoring in the 30s, and then he had a 50-point game, sucked against Dallas, and then that just ruined him. Like, he's done.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter that Seattle has a bad pass defense or whatever. And I guess I get that. I get why you might want to project higher than normal, but come on.
They have a bad statistically pass defense, but I think they're kind of opportunistic and do a pretty good job of forcing some turnovers from time to time.
Yeah.
They give up a lot of yards, but I don't think they're really as bad as people say. Of course, I've been watching the Cowboys.
Him to have his third best game of the season now, I know. But would you rather have him or Cam Newton? It's not like Cam.
I'd take Wentz.
I would take Cam, I think. Cam at least 43 last week, 41 2 weeks ago. He's done okay in the last several weeks. Like, you're going to get either the same thing as Wentz or better, it feels like.
I don't know, man.
You take out the Cam's like numbers are really heavily skewed because of that negative 0.3 game. I don't know what the math would be, but if you took that game out, I bet his average is much closer to that 30-point range, I would guess.
Yeah.
Probably.
He probably has a decent floor. So I mean, as far as picking this game, this is kind of tough.
I'm gonna pick touch me down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your feeling? Like, why touch me down? Just
Well,
is it because it's beer
my division
guzzlers?
game, and
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to change anything, but I feel like touch me down winning would be good going into the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. I you know what? I'm gonna go that way too. I think he's got a good shot here. I just hope he's still actively into it and trying to win, even though it doesn't mean much at this point for him. So
I'm going to pick the beer guzzlers because Derrick Henry is not going to be able to do to that Indianapolis defense what he typically does to everybody else.
they said last week against Baltimore, though.
Yeah.
Baltimore is good, but they're not Indianapolis good against the run.
Division game, Tennessee.
Yeah, Indy's got a good defense.
Yeah, no, that's true. Indy has a good defense, but yeah, it could be a division game kind of thing.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeff?
It's a tough one, but I'm going to go Guzzlers. Yeah, I just like his team better.
Well, sure, Dad would like to hear that. All right, Shamers versus Shook. Another game which is already decided, doesn't really have any, impact on anything else. So Shook is favored. He's got a lot of green check marks here, and the kicker's the only advantage that Shamers has. Mostert's coming back. I did hear that. Mostert's back. Dang, look at all these IR guys.
IR.
Wow. So
That's
I mean,
a lot of blood.
Yeah.
man, he was
Is
right.
Mostert-
2 tight ends last week.
That's tough.
That's well. Man, this is another tough one.
Nope, not for me.
Is
I'm
it?
picking Shook.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not,
think this
picking
is
Shook
tough,
for
tough at
sure.
all.
I don't think the football gods like you
Yeah.
talking good about the Shamers. That's what I think.
No, you're right. No, I'm looking down at the bottom on like the head-to-head, and there's only 2 weeks where Shamers outscored Shook, and one of those weeks I'm sure was when Shook lost his quarterback. So yeah, give me Shook.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
not
so
as hard as I thought.
that's a clean sweep. Real quick, just for Shamers, he had that trade during the draft with Scholl, where he traded Drew Lock for a draft pick next year. And I thought, you know what, that's a great move. Like, he didn't need this quarterback. He can pick up anybody. He's going to do really well this year, maybe, and next year. So the good thing I'll say about him is he's set up. He's set up for next year.
Love it.
Any further things with this game or teams? No? All right, then I guess we'll go to your matchup, Jess, which you haven't set your lineup.
I never do. I don't set it until I have to, and I don't have to yet.
All right, well, we'll do the math for you then.
Okay.
PJ Walker is not
Yeah,
starting.
I'm not starting PJ Walker again. That was a one-time gonna chance it type of thing. So
I thought you had Teddy B. You don't?
I have Teddy B.
Am I missing him? Where is
Go
he?
down. No, where is he?
I don't know. He's not on your team anymore.
I thought I had him. No, I do have him.
Huh.
What happened to Teddy B?
I don't know. But anyway, you wouldn't be able to start him, so it sounds like you'll go Tannehill.
I would start in Tannehill anyway.
So the 31 points brings you back up to almost a toss-up or pick 'em.
Yeah, Bridgewater shows to be on your roster. Why don't I see him there?
Yeah, that's what.
Is he on your IR?
No.
I just
He's
looked it
right
up.
here,
You're,
though. Oh, I've got him in my IR spot on my app, but it's not showing him on my IR here.
weird.
That is weird.
He's listed as questionable right now.
He's projected for 32.5.
Okay, so a little bit more than Tannehill. So, but the thing is, it's about the same. You're going to get closer to a pick 'em here.
Yeah.
But, well, actually, I don't know if there is a but. because he has, it looks like his 3 best receivers in, and not even Cooper comes in and makes his team better. So yeah, it looks like a true pick 'em. This would be tricky. God, his running backs are shit. That is really bad.
Mhm.
Kelly
Well,
and Brown.
He had CEH and he traded him to me for a first rounder next year. So he's really playing for next year.
Yeah. We should tell him that so he doesn't start a good lineup.
Yeah, we should.
Like get an extra loss so that
Yeah.
you might get the 1 seed or 2 seed, right? Jess, I've been doing this thing all year. I mean, I don't know if you even listen, but I basically don't pick your team a lot of times, and sometimes you win. So
Well, whatever you did last week didn't work.
I know I didn't pick your team and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do. I guess I just have to go off the matchups. So
It's truly a toss-up. Obviously, I'm changing out my quarterback.
what's the
Well, I already did on
situation?
the app now.
What's the
so.
situation with Hawkinson? Is he going to be able to play? Was a limited participant in Tuesday's practice. So we're going to have to find out by tomorrow
So
because that's the
probably not,
game.
Yeah, right.
Do you have a backup tight end? Uh-oh.
If he's participating in practice 2 days in a row, he's going to play.
I think it said he was
He is
limited.
Limited, yeah, limited participant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if he was seriously hurt, he couldn't. What's his problem? Shoulder? Yeah, he'll be fine. He doesn't need a shoulder to run.
Like
That's true.
Jeff, do you play football?
No, but I mean, lots of medical technology in terms of painkillers. He'll be fine. Take a couple shots in the shoulder and go out there and play some football.
I'm gonna have to hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure as
mean-
far as like tight ends that are out there, there's probably nothing good, huh?
Well, and
Oh, it's
especially
slim
against
pickings, dude.
Houston, he's bound to catch a couple balls.
It
so,
is slim pickings on tight ends.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a good pickup. I'll tell you right now,
There you
Will
go.
Dissly, because
Yeah, I
Greg
think so.
Olson got injured.
Yeah, but they don't throw to their tight ends.
I'm just saying, Greg Olson's injured. This guy
Look, bring
immediately
up-
goes up to his spot.
Hey, bring up Greg Olson and look at his average.
Greg Olson. I mean, I know where you're going with this. It's not like pretty, I'm sure.
Right? Look at his average.
So he was the 29th ranked tight end, averaging, 5 points a game.
So yeah, picking up this guy to get those points is not really that awesome.
But it's better than an injured player in your bench that you need
I'll give you that.
points.
I'll give you that. I picked up a tight end this week and I passed on the Seattle guys.
Who'd you pick up?
I got the New Orleans one who hasn't done much lately, but has actually a pretty good average.
Is his last name Hill, but it's not Taysom?
No, it's what's that dude's name?
There's another
Cook.
guy
Cook.
on the same
Jared-
called T Hill or something.
Jared Cook.
Jared Cook, he was out there?
What?
Yep, I picked him up.
Wow,
That's crazy.
He's my backup to Gronk now.
that's insane. I did
What?
not thought that.
Who had him?
I don't know.
Savages dropped him Sunday. Oh my God.
Hmm.
I picked him up on waivers. You guys all had a chance at him.
God. I mean, I have Kelsey. I don't worry about tight ends, but if I was
I'm
one of those,
literally the last person on the waivers all season. So if I got him, it's because all you guys decided you didn't want him.
It's our fault. We're a bunch of idiots. Hey, Jess. Jess, I got a name for you.
All right, what's your name?
So, bit of a deep sleeper. He hasn't done much this year, but he's coming back. And, I would not be surprised if he gets 8 or 9 balls thrown his way. The name is Vance McDonald, the Vanimal.
Ah,
Okay.
I should have known that's who you were gonna say.
is he
Ben's
on
going
here?
to make him look good because he wants him to feel good. So,
Yeah.
Ben will just like.
He's out.
He's out.
COVID.
No,
That was only
he's not
COVID.
out. He's not out. Read the
Go back
fine
up to his
print.
average. Go back up to his averages.
Read the fine print.
Dude.
He's had a worse season than Greg Olson,
Wow,
Jeff.
that's a bad season.
Yeah, but Ben wants him to feel good. He's
Does
his
he?
best friend. Their lockers are right next to each other.
Hey, listen.
They are
If Ben,
best buddies on the team. He's coming back off the COVID list. I bet you Ben
Listen.
throws the ball quite a bit.
Jeff, if Big Ben wants Vance to feel good, he can give him a hand job on the team bus. It's a lot easier than throwing him the ball
Why would he do that?
to make him feel good. Same reason he threw him the ball. No reason.
Bubby, you don't know what you're talking about. Vance
You're out of
McDonald,
your element.
You're out of your element. Vance is going to get a lot of passes thrown. Stamp it, book it.
I think
Just
there's a better
get what
chance
you
of that.
pick him up.
I think there's a better chance of the hand job.
Yes, I mean,
What are you doing there?
if you have some spots to drop, like maybe Traquan Smith at this point, you could drop 3.4, whatever his projection is, or whoever, Danny Amendola. You should make sure you get a backup tight end just in
No,
case.
for sure.
Um,
I'm thinking Danny.
but yeah, okay. So as far as picking the game, this looks this is another toss up.
I think this is Bubba Gump's to win. I'm gonna pick you, Jess, because you actually have something to play for.
Well, thank you.
It's actually better for Scabs in the long run if he doesn't win. Now, not that he'll play that way, but you know, he rarely does what's best for his team. So
Give me Bubba Gump.
All right.
You're picking yourself.
I would like to abstain. Can I abstain from this vote? I mean, this is.
No, that doesn't
it's
work
not a-
like
it's not a
that.
vote, but
It doesn't work like that.
really.
Nope. All right, I'm picking you two.
Guess I'll take status quo then.
Yeah, you obviously you need it. I'm hoping the 4 people picking you, it gets you over the edge.
Yeah, 4 people went against me last week, so
Yeah, we did, and that all worked too. So, but maybe this will work.
yeah.
All right, Pups versus Ramones. It's the other one that you need some help on. Jeff, is this the best you could do?
Yeah, man.
It's over 100
That's my
points.
team. That's my team.
it's over 100 points. That's
That's
awesome.
like-
Great job.
It's like trying to bench
know.
press, and you're like, I got the bar. That's good,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I got to
Well-
tell you, Scotty Miller really disappointed me last week.
Oh man, I swear I saw him catch a ball in that game.
No,
That wasn't
he
Scotty
caught-
Miller.
I thought he caught some passes.
he didn't even get the ball thrown to him last week. He
Who was
really,
the white guy that caught it on the Bucks?
I thought it was Scotty
not
Miller.
Scotty Miller. I don't know. Some other dude.
Some other like white guy that plays receiver for the Bucks?
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
That's the guy you need to pick up, Jeff.
I got a feeling.
He's the scrappy
Yeah.
gym rat. All right, so you could actually improve your lineup. I mean, that has to be able to be replaced by somebody, right?
Yeah, I'm going to put in James Washington.
Oh my God, dude. There's got to be at least a wide receiver on the waiver wire who's out there, right?
There's none that's going to give me 25 points better than what I got right now.
This guy, Mims.
So I'm going to go James Washington. I'm plugging him in. He's taking over for Scotty Miller.
Jeff is trying
Stuff?
to actively
I don't know.
sabotage your chances.
Hey, here's a fun statistic for you, Jeff.
Jeff to win.
Yeah.
Every time that I have eaten at Red Robin and watched a football game on the TVs at Red Robin, James Washington has scored a touchdown this season.
Are you
That's
going to go
a
to
weird
Red
thing to
Robin?
remember.
That is-
Yeah, no, that is weird.
We just got put
Why
on
would you even
lockdown.
remember that? Like, why would you be thinking that?
We just got put on red lockdown, so probably not going to Red Robin.
So you're
Oh,
saying
no.
don't start James Washington.
I'm just saying that the statistics that I know about James Washington do not support starting James Washington.
I might put James Washington and Anthony McFarland in. You know?
Jeff is trying to actively sabotage your
Why do you have a
chances.
kicker on your
I'm hearing
bench?
it. Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Why do you have a
I don't
kicker on the bench?
Why do I have this? I don't know. I don't know.
Because
why
he's
I'm
the
giving
number
him-
one player ranked kicker, obviously.
So he should be on the bench.
All
Yeah,
right.
but I get it. Lutz is, I would pick Lutz over this dude any day, no matter what his ranking was.
I don't appreciate the roster shaming that's going on right now.
Oh my God.
Okay. I don't appreciate that. I
So-
will put in Jason Sanders and I will put in James Washington. We're
You
going
know
to see
what's
what
really,
happens.
you guys know what's really crazy? Looking at Ramone's lineup, right? It's 130.4. He hasn't changed his lineup, it looks like, in 2 weeks. It got better. It got better. Like there's no bye weeks. There's nothing that improves it. He's better. It's crazy. Okay, Jimmy Graham actually could go in for Emmanuel Sanders, but I don't know. To me, that's like a coin flip, right?
Yeah.
I'm picking him. I mean, I think he's going to win. So, Jess, it really comes
Well,
down
it sounds
to,
like Jeff doesn't want to win, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Ramones.
yeah.
I'm picking the Ramones. 130 points is
Picking
a
the
lot for
Ramones.
Jeff.
I know. It's a struggle to
That-
get over
I don't
100
think Jeff could
points.
get. I don't think Jeff can get 100 points in this game.
Which one? Jeff is the black line here, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Wow,
I haven't scored 100 points since week 7.
wow. That's a stat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's bad.
And actually, this was
Your biggest points total for the year is 100, 180. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
against the Ramones.
What happened after that?
After that.
that was the week you lost to Dad, week
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, that was the Chase Claypool game when he scored, what, 4 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's not
And
rookie
then
of
you're
the
like,
year.
forget it, I'm done. And then yeah, your team just went down.
yeah, that's, yeah, it sold off after that.
Don't you hate this scaling? 115 to 192.
Yeah, that's such a large,
It doesn't make it look good at all, but it's like much higher up. That was a good week 4 for you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was my highlight of my season.
yeah.
All right. Well, all right. There's only 2 games left. Really, this is the most important one of the 2. Whip and Ballzilla. So, Gumby, have you improved your lineup? Is this the best you can do?
For prediction wise, I think that I can gain a couple of more points, but I made some decisions to go with matchups over projected points totals in a couple of places.
Okay. Yeah, you've got a lot of these, 10+ point guys that okay.
I could plug them in depending on what's going on, but I think that this is probably the one that scores the best. Ahmad, if he's out, he's questionable. If he's out, then CEH goes in instead, so it really doesn't change stuff too much.
Yeah.
AB could go in if I've got a receiver that comes up limping. So
Why wouldn't you put AB into your flex?
why would I not?
Catches did he get this past week?
He had a bunch. He had a good game last week.
He had 8 catches, 13 targets. He
Yeah.
just didn't have a touchdown. That touchdown makes it a 20-point game.
Yeah, I started him too. I got all those points. He was on my roster last week. He was in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
So right now I've got Ahmad there, but because he's going against the Jets and he's a running back, which should be a lot of points. But I put him down in the flex in case that I have to swap him out. AB or CEH would go in instead.
I like the quarterback matchup. That's going to be fun to watch. I mean, it
what's the
says it's
questionable on
Kyler Murray,
Kyler?
but what's that?
It's I think that questionable for Kyler Murray is his non-throwing shoulder, so I don't think it's really a big deal.
But he last played on Thursday night, so he's had like almost 10 days, 11
Yeah,
days.
they have
when
10
it
days
comes
of
time.
rest,
Yeah.
and he's up against New England. I guess that's okay, but they're not what they used to be.
So he's throwing in Kenyon Drake at New England. I feel like that is not a good play. Like
Who's he got
Kenyon
instead?
Drake's been pretty disappointing this year. And I mean, I guess 16 last week's good, but I mean, the 2 weeks before it was less than 10 points. And then he's had other games like that. I mean, he's just going off projections. That's probably what he always does, huh, Jeff?
I don't really know Mike's thought process behind setting his lineup.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's hard to make mistakes though with those players he's got.
Damn, number 1 receiver and number 2 receiver in the league. That's wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a no-brainer. You're going to go with that. Oh my God, I can't believe he has Michael Thomas too. It's so crazy. Ugh. That's tough. It's funny because right now it says you have the flex advantage against Michael Thomas. I
Well,
don't
it's
know,
because
dude.
Drew Brees it's not Drew Brees throwing the ball.
But it was what's his nuts last week, and he
How
still
did he
got
do?
19 points.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I know.
That's pretty good. I think he's got better matchups overall for his players this week too. I've got a few good ones, but most of my really good players are not going up into good situations.
Hey, what's up, Dad?
Hey guys, how are y'all?
Good.
Hey,
We're almost at the end of the matchups, but you're more than welcome to jump in.
Well, that's fine. I just really didn't notice when you guys were going to start one. So,
Well, it's all good.
okay, what's going on?
We're in the middle of the big matchup of the week, which is Whip versus Ballzilla, and yeah, I mean this is gonna be a great game. This is the one we've been looking forward to because all the points that are potentially there for both squads. I'm really hoping this could be like a record book game, but it's gonna be tough.
Scroll down. Hey, scroll down and look at the head-to-head over the whole season. Look at that, neck and neck.
So you early on always beat him, and then he's lately been better than you.
Yep.
Ah, man, yeah.
I had a bunch of guys on bye last week, so I don't know too worried about that one. So yeah, it's been tight most of the time.
No,
Whip has got one game over you, so I guess the record would be 6-5 for Whip. That's pretty good.
So Whip's worst game is a 120-point game. His floor is 120, 25, 130, something like that.
This should be a very tough game. And I haven't.
And yeah, you know
really,
what? If that Kittle thing didn't hurt you, I'd pick you. I think that's kind of where I'm at. Is your team's good? It's just he's got a strong team, man.
That Kittle injury was devastating to my season.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here at 11. I'm sitting here at 11-0 and having a devastating season. How about that? that was bad. It's messed me up, and that's how he was able to catch me.
Well, 11-1 is still a good season.
I'll be okay with it. It's a playoff berth. I'm cool. Even if I don't win this one, I'm still in the playoffs. So it's not that big a deal, really.
Of course.
I would like to get that. I would like to get that 12-0. I want that 12-0.
I'm picking Whip. I'm sorry. I'm
picking me. I always pick me.
11-0, and then you don't win the division after a game like this. But yeah,
I'm picking me. I always pick me.
It's always worked, right?
So far, 11 times.
What do you think, Jess?
I'm gonna pick Whip also. Good team. Not that you're a bad team.
Yeah.
Whip is a monster team. He's done great this season.
He's paying a lot next year for this type of team. So.
But has anyone ever gone 12-0 and won the championship?
Nope.
So
we've only had one.
Really want that.
Right, we've only had one undefeated team in the regular season. That was last year.
Oh, that was the first time?
Yeah, that's the only time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only time
somebody's the first time in a 16-team league.
Yeah.
That's the only time that's ever happened, and he had a quick exit from the playoffs.
Yeah.
And see, you don't want that.
So 12-0 is not the best thing.
I'd rather the 1 seed versus the number 4 seed in the playoffs, but
exactly.
There's no bye week in the playoffs anyway, so either way you're playing next week.
But the 4 seed is either you or Ramones versus
who's the 2 seed? Who's the 2 seed?
Dan.
Well, Dan's a tough out.
I mean, we looked at his team. He's got a 130-point projected team this week, which I think is a decent team, right?
Yeah, he's a tough out.
Yeah. So what do you think, Jeff?
And I've been silent because it's hard for me to figure out which team's better, but I've got to say, on the whole, I'm going to go with Whip. But I got, it makes me nervous because I don't know. I'm worried a little bit about Kenyon Drake as a running back. I just don't think he's that good. I honestly don't. And I wonder if the Michael Thomas thing with Taysom Hill was like a flash in the pan one-off thing, and now people are going to go, oh, now this is what you got to do to stop Taysom Hill. I didn't watch any of the games, so I don't know whether he's just really that good or if it was like confusion, and that's the reason why he was, so effective.
Well,
But I'm gonna
is he
go-
going to be the starter this week?
I would think
I-
so.
I
I
know-
mean,
I know ESPN is treating him as quarterback only now, but
yeah.
is he going to be the starter? I wouldn't be surprised if they put Winston. I really wouldn't.
Why
Why
would
is
they
that?
do that? He won last week, and he actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, did he? What he did is run for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he produced.
Yeah, he did. He did.
They
But-
weren't like tight end runs though. They were like quarterback runs for touchdowns. Like you would do
True.
the same thing if you had maybe a younger Drew Brees kind of thing.
True. I don't know. I wouldn't take him as a quarterback. That's me. But if he was the quarterback / tight end, like Ramones should have done last week, but that's not going to be the case. So
Okay, wait. I might actually change my pick here. So I'm looking at your team again, Gumby. I was so focused on Whip and 1, 2, 3, 1. Like he has all these like great things. But I'm
He
looking
has
at all your
power.
main starters, and they're all at home. And then
Yeah.
Salvin Ahmad, you take him out with, like I said, maybe Antonio Brown. He's at home too. If all you're relying on then is a defense and a kicker, which you have really good options, I'm changing it. I'm going Ballzilla.
Yeah, and this is another thing that supports your point, Gus, just in terms of matchups. But you got Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams going against Chicago.
Yep.
That's a divisional matchup, and you never know what happens in those divisional games. I don't know what the recent record is, but if I had to guess, I'd say Chicago probably plays pretty well against Green Bay. So
That kinda
knock them
hurts,
down a couple
Gumby,
pegs
though.
as well.
That hurts Gumby with
Huh?
Aaron Rodgers.
That's true, and it is +1 for each one of the passes completed to those guys. That's a good point.
But I see he put in Ryan Finley just in case. So
Yeah, that was the best quarterback available, believe it or not. When Breeze is my backup, but he's down there in IR right now.
why is he only projected for 0.1 points? This dude is the starter, right?
Did something change?
I don't know.
Oh, they
who's the-
plan to start Brandon
For
Allen at
fuck's
quarterback.
sake.
Who's Brandon
Go ahead
Allen?
and just do it right now, Gumby, while we're talking. It's all good.
For fuck's sake.
I
I swear.
All right, Dad, I think you're last to pick. What are you thinking?
I love
I'm
the Gumby flip out.
I'm gonna go with Whip. I think if all of Whip's guys just have their normal projected scoring and none of them go off, to me that means that Gumby's team he's gonna have to have at least one person go off, at least one. I think Whip will take this one.
You know what? I'm going to switch mine, Gus. I'm going to say Gumby completes the undefeated season because I want to see it. It's so close. Give me Gumby.
All right. Wow, that flipped really quickly to Ballzilla's majority favorite, according to the pick'ems.
Well, that's interesting.
But that's really good for you, Gumby, because I believe if you're 12-0, you're never going to win the championship. So I'm helping you out by picking Whip.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
All right.
To tell you
so-
the truth, I'm picking Whip because I think I would have a better chance of beating Ballzilla in the second round than I would in the first round than I would beating Whip. That's what I think. That's my
Some
opinion.
self-interest there, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of self-interest, yes.
Understood.
All right, last game of the regular season, pick'em wise, is 9-2 Hook'em. Real quick, congrats again to Hook'em. Another great season. He's a 1 seed. He's got the path to another super duper bowl. I mean, looking back at this trophy, he's got 3 of the last 4 or whatever the hell it is.
4 of the last 6
Yeah, it's crazy.
that he's been to. 4 of the last
He's been a quiet 9-2 also. He's been really dominant kind of in a quiet fashion.
I know. And look at that. He picked up Gus Edwards too. Like he improved his lineup just like that. That's crazy.
You guys hear the Steeler game is not going to be on Thursday now. It's going to be on Sunday.
Yeah, we saw that.
Okay. All right.
It sucks.
Bull crap.
But yeah, so Hook'em 9-2, 144.5 favorite. Looks like he's improved his lineup as best as he can. And And then Napalm, they have a decently strong looking team, but just it's been a rough year for them. So I don't know. Anyone want to just jump in and?
Can you scroll over to Napalm? I can't see on the cell phone. I can't see the other side of the.
Well, I mean, like it's right here on the screen. He's starting Lamar Jackson, which who knows? Maybe by Sunday he's going to have COVID too.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
I'm going with Hookem on this one. That's easy for me to pick.
Yeah. Is it just the record, the projection? It just all seems like
Who is this running backs? Again, I can't see it on the cell phone. Oh wait, never mind. I just scrolled it over. It works. Okay.
Tones Gibson and Duke Johnson at running back for Napalm.
Right.
Duke has been so disappointing for the opportunity he's been given. Yeah, it's been bad. 5.4 and 6.5 the last 2 weeks.
Man, how does a guy with the name Duke Johnson not just dominate the NFL?
I know,
right? I know.
I think Bill O'Brien screwed the Texans over so much. Like he got Duke Johnson for a draft pick, like a 4th round pick or 5th round or 3rd. It was something crazy, and I liked it.
3rd?
I can't remember what it was. It was a crazy pick, but at the time I was like, I love Duke Johnson. He's a pass catching running back. Blah blah blah. It's just he hasn't done anything in 2 years. So
it's pretty bad when you get jobbed by the Browns. That's a bad sign.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Napalm does have a decent looking team. Julio Jones, that's pretty nice. Brandon Cooks has actually looked pretty good the last several weeks. Eric Ebron has been looking pretty good too. But yeah, it's just I think Hookem's built a decent or a really good team as well. So
Hookem's got a heck of a team, and I think he has Justin Hebert as a potential keeper now too, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Man, that guy is good. I've watched a couple of those games. That dude, I mean, the Chargers aren't doing so great as a team, but that dude's a baller.
Yeah, you tell me, I got him in the Dynasty League and the Houston League, and he's played critical snaps for me in both of those leagues. Dude can play.
He didn't play week 1, but just ever since then, his worst game has been a 30-point game, and he's had these 60-point games, 50-point games. That
guy's
awesome.
Good.
He's very much above average.
That's all. I'm taking Hookem.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Russ has had a great season and should have a good playoff run too.
Yeah, I'm not anticipating a stumble here at the end. I'm going to take Russ.
Yeah, I'm close to Napalm, but I have a feeling the Steelers' defense against Lamar Jackson, like it's enough. They'll put him down, keep him at or below that projection, and yeah, that's only Napalm's only chance, I feel like. So.
He might be going for a draft pick anyway.
But if he's going for a draft pick, he would change his lineup to be worse, I would think.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's week 12 pick'ems. Gumby, I'm pretty sure no matter what, you're gonna have the best overall win percentage for pick'em since you've been doing this. So I'll give you the props right off the bat.
Thanks.
Yeah. As far as volume picks, that's Dad and I. We're in a race for most wins. And Jess, maybe you'll have the best win percentage if you go 8-0, no matter what, or 7-0.
What were the other games that I didn't pick in so far, so I can get those in?
So it was Dynasty versus Smuffs. I'm a 50-point favorite.
I'll take Dynasty.
Okay. The other one is Savages versus M Team, and Savages is like a 25-point favorite.
I'll take Savages.
All right. The other game is you versus Touch Me Down, and that's a pick'em. But I think we know who you're picking.
I'll take me.
Shook versus somebody. Shamers? I can't remember.
I'll take Shook.
Yeah. Bubba Gump versus Scabs. That's a pick'em.
Bubba Gump.
Okay.
Congratulations, Jess. Playoffs, baby.
Well, she has to win.
I have to win. I do have to win. Congratulations to you, though. You made it.
Yeah.
After last week.
Dad, the last one is Ramones versus Pups. Your son versus the Ramones.
I'll take the Ramones. Gus or Jeff's team turned into a bye week around week 5.
Yeah.
Starting all of my Steelers this week.
I would too if I was you. I'd put them all in. James Washington, both running backs. That's what I would do.
Heck
Sure.
yeah.
So real quick, I want to go ahead and just do one pick around the table of who we think is going to win the championship. All right. And I've made my own odds because, you know, I follow like gambling odds. Right. I go ahead and put Whip as the favorite currently. I think Whip's, sorry, Gumby. I do think he has a really good team. He looks like he's favored this week. If he pulls it off, he will have the 1 seed. He's an even money favorite as far as I'm concerned. So if you laid any money on him, you're only getting that much money back. But then I would put Ballzilla at like a plus 150. So, you know, you bet 100, you could win 150 plus on top of that. So that's pretty good. Shook would be next. I would say they're a plus 250. Same thing. You could win 2.5 times your money. Hook'em, 300 plus 300. Dynasty, it jumps up to 500. Beer Guzzlers is 800. Savages is 800. And everybody else is 1,000, which is Jess and Ramones. So based on all those odds, who are the teams you would want to put money on?
I'll pick me. I always pick me.
Makes
I
sense.
said that earlier. I'm picking me.
I would put $10 on Whip and $11 on Ballzilla.
Nice.
I like
So-
the math there, Jeff. So you make money no matter what.
Yes, I would make like $1 if I either make $1 or lose $1.
Yeah.
Nice bet, Jeff.
Thank you.
But
Thank
you're
you.
banking on that side of the conference winning.
That's assuming
Yes.
one's gonna win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the feeling is it's going to be Whip versus Ballzilla again in the conference championship,
Oh,
right?
you're just on conference championship?
No, I'm talking about winning the Super Duper
That's
Bowl
what I
this year.
thought,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was I missing somebody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, that's basically it. I would sprinkle. Let's say I had $50, right? I would sprinkle $10 on Savages at plus 800 odds. Like he has a really good team, and winning that $80, that's going to pay for everything. I would put probably $30 on Whip. That team is so good, it's hard not to bet them. So $10 left, I'm putting it on myself so I can maybe break even just in case Mahomes goes off again.
Yeah. Which probably won't.
So are you?
A smart bet would be the Ross. Ross would be the smartest bet.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna put my money on Ross.
You like if you had $50, you just put all 50 on Ross?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be a
Put it
big
on
payday.
I think he's got a really good shot at it, and I think that those odds are probably a little bit too big. I think he's got better odds than what you're giving him.
3-1. You don't think that's
I think
you
he's
think
better
that's
than,
too big?
I think he's better than Shook.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, by record he is, and I think the head-to-head he has as well. But I mean, when Shook is out of bye week hell or doesn't have a bye week to worry about, that team's good.
It doesn't have a bye week next
Shook's got to make it past week 13
Yeah,
before
that's-
anything.
the problem.
Right, which is my game, which is why I'm thinking like, you know,
Well, that's the problem for
Oh,
Shook. Week 13,
Week
once
13
he gets
is
to week 14, it's
but he has to get to week 14.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
have a
saying,
hard
like,
time
look
getting
at
out
the
of week
average
13.
for his team, 157.39. That's pretty good. I think. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but getting
know,
out of week
which is
13 is
the-
going to be hard for him.
I know.
Who's he
I
going
know.
to be playing in week 13?
Me.
Oh.
I don't think he gets out of week 13. I think you're going to win that game pretty handily.
I agree. I don't think he's gonna win week 13.
The quarterback situation on free agency is nothing. Who's he got for backups right now?
Baker. So that's a
Baker makes
13-point drop off. He's going to drop off about 18 points in week 13 from his season average because of those two guys. Just swapping
Yep.
out those two. So he'll be down to like 139, and 139 is not great. Now, Gus, what are you projected for in week 13?
Let's see. I gotta. gotta find my team. Oh wait, I could have just went to my team.
You might be a 20-point favorite in that game.
Week 13.
Yeah.
All right, so I got Mike Evans and a kicker, but kicker's replaceable. I would think Dobbins could come in at that point, and Dobbins is well, maybe I'd even be able to use Wayne Gallman, but anyway, it'd be like 8 to 9 points there. So
Yeah, you'll be a 20-point favorite in week 13.
Yep.
That's pretty considerable. And it's a strong 20-point favorite because Mahomes versus Mayfield, and Mahomes might outscore him by 30 points all by himself.
Who's Mahomes got?
regardless of
Denver?
what projections are.
Mahomes has Denver. He's not going to let off the gas. That's a division rival.
yeah.
You know,
He's going to
let
crush
him up.
them.
But last time they played, he only got 26 points. It looks like that was a season low. So.
Because it was snowing here. We were under 3 feet of
Right.
snow.
That's right. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
that.
that was that game. Was that the one Chad Henne ended up scoring in?
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh fuck that.
It was snowing. It was coming down here, man.
Well, it might come down in KC around then too.
It's coming
So,
down right now, I think.
Yeah.
It's too warm now. We got up to 39 today.
So wait, Jesse, you said you'd put all $50 on Hook'em?
Yeah, I think
I mean,
that's gonna win.
I like that. That is
Yeah.
good. What do you think, Dad? What would you do if you had $50 to spend on those kind of odds?
If I had $50 to spend, I'd put 20 on Whip. I'd put 20 on Ballzilla, and 10 on me.
There you go. 10 at plus 800 for you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I probably put $1 on myself in real life, so it's just $1.
That would win you $10.
I won.
If you had Mahomes again, I mean, your odds would change.
Well, if I had
Yeah.
Mahomes still, I would bet it all on me.
Obviously, the odds I made just off the top of my head, and the reason I gave Shook, better than Hook'em and better than me, is I have lost in the playoffs like 12 years straight. So there's history that comes into play, and Shook just historically is a pretty good team. So
Let me give you my $50, Gus.
all right,
I would put 10 on you.
nice.
I would put 20 on Whip. I'd put 15 on Gumby. I'd put 5 on Hook'em.
All right. That's a lot of yeah. You said 10 and 11 earlier. I can scratch that out now.
Yeah, well, I didn't know I had $50 to play with.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, of all the teams that are in the playoffs that have a shot to go here, who has not won a championship?
Oh, good question.
Whip has not won a championship.
There you go.
Beer
Keep
Guzzlers have not won a championship. Savages have not won a championship. And then no matter what, everybody else has won at least one.
Right. So I think it's going to be a new champion. I think it's
Ooh,
going
I
to
want to
be
put odds on that right
but
now,
I'll
just
put
based on
big.
everyone in it. I'm going to say, because he's the favorite.
Well, of the first timers, it's obviously got Whip's the best choice in there.
Yeah,
Of the first
it's got to
timers.
be minus odds. So like you have to pay a little juice in order to get it. I would say that's a minus 120.
So
You'd
gotta
have to pay
100.
120 to win $100.
Okay.
So you're getting Savages, you're getting Whip, and you're getting Beer Guzzlers. You're getting those three teams.
Now I'm picking a repeat.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know, that's why it's like so close. It's almost even money, but I feel like with Whip, I'm serious. I think Whip is the favorite no matter what. Sorry, Gumby, but
I'm betting all that $50. I'm betting it all on me.
so okay, in that scenario, you would go $50 toward the other teams that have won at least one.
If it was going against, yeah, if we're only betting on the new teams that haven't won a championship, I would probably split that between. No, I'd put it all on Whip. I don't think any of those teams are better than him.
Yeah,
Yeah, Whip for sure.
yeah.
I don't think it's even close, really.
That's why there's odds. That's why it's 10 to 1, where it's like, okay, I'll throw a little money on a outside.
Yeah, but
chance, right?
if you lose, you still lose.
I get it, but my favorite example of betting those types of crazy odds is college basketball, March Madness, the first or second round where it's Duke as a 2 seed versus a 15 seed, and that team you're betting is a plus 1,000 or 10 to 1 odds. Of course, you're going to just throw $10 because you hate Duke, right? Or whatever. And then it works. It's a great feeling.
Last time we went to the horse track, I bet long odds and won. That was pretty
Why
cool.
was I muted?
I don't know, Dad.
I got $100 off a $10 bet at the horse track once.
Nice.
So.
And see, you remember that. So,
I was just throwing money. I'd happen to know the guy that owned the horse. So I bet it and he ended up winning it.
So Gumby would pick.
I'd put my $50 on whip or on a first-time champion. I looked at his numbers. He's projected to score 168 points in week 13. That's going to move him on. Week 14, 168 points. He's going to. His projections should dominate the rest of the league.
So you're betting on a non-winner this year, and you're basically saying it's whip.
Basically, yeah.
I'm going
So
winners.
do we Venmo you the cash?
I'll take it in. I actually think this would be fun. I'm betting winners this year. I like having Ballzilla. I like having me. I like having Hook'em. I like having all these teams that we've won. We know what to do.
Yeah.
I got to be out. I'll catch y'all later. Good luck to all of you this week.
All right. See ya. Yeah, I would definitely take the winners.
I would bet winners for sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Jeff, did you have anything else you want to say before we close or?
No, I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. We'll call you guys Thanksgiving Day sometime so Ellie can say hi to the cousins and the cousins can say hi to Ellie.
Yeah.
Are you guys, what are y'all doing? You having family or are you keeping yourselves? What's the plan?
We were going to go over to Josh and Shelby's place, and her mom was going to go, Jeff's mom. So we'll be with them.
Cool.
Other than that, it's going to be quiet.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cooking up a big spread and we're basically preparing takeaway plates for everybody. And so like Monty's going to come by. We got like a plate for Monty, and then 15 minutes later, Mom will show up. Here's your plate for Mom. Want to do this? I don't know if Dad is still on the call or not, but I was going to.
Oh, he jumped off. I don't know what's up with that.
I figure he's probably not going to because they're probably doing their own Thanksgiving thing, but I need to talk with him and see if he wants to do it. Anyway, we're going to do that whole thing. And aside from that, nothing, just kind of hang out. So.
Okay. No, there's Dad right there.
Cool. We'll tell Josh and Shelby if we'll probably see them if we call while y'all are over there, but if we don't, tell them I said hi.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
We really miss you guys, by the way.
Yeah. We wish we could make a trip up there. We talked to Mom earlier, and she's saying, it's probably better just to be safe and not risk anything. I get that. I would do the same. So
yeah,
it's been that kind of year, and better to be safe.
I think we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dad, I meant to mention to you, we're doing like plates for everybody for Thanksgiving. I was going to say, if you would like, we're not having a dinner with a bunch of people. We're basically saying, hey, show up around this time and we'll give you a plate of food and enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving. But I didn't know whether or not you guys were doing something up there. I figured you probably were, but the invitation is absolutely extended.
Okay, I appreciate that. But yeah, we'll be doing our Thanksgiving thing here.
Yeah, figured as much. Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll call you on Thanksgiving and all that anyhow.
All right, sounds good.
Well, Dad, I'm sorry you joined in late and everything, but we did get your picks in, and yeah.
You want
So.
more?
Good luck to you guys in the playoffs.
Thanks, Jeff. Good luck
in a couple of weeks.
in Hufel and the Dynasty League.
I'm
Doing pretty good in both of them. What's that?
Well, I'm out of it in Hufel, so I feel you.
Yeah.
Good luck to y'all in Hufel.
How's the Houston League going?
Dad, the team you drafted, Don Juan, they still have a chance to get in the playoffs, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
They're like 4-7, but they have a chance.
There's a chance.
It's just to win the division, though. That's it.
Did he make any moves during the year trying to improve the team? Okay.
No, I don't know if you knew this, Dad, but the guy you drafted for, he moved to France to join the Legionnaire Army or
Foreign Legion.
whatever it's called,
Great.
the Foreign Legion. So we
Right.
haven't heard from him in several weeks. But yeah, if he wins money, we're gonna have to figure out a way to send money to France, I guess, or
Denim
I don't
Frank. Oh wait, they're euros now, right? Yeah, euros.
Yeah.
I'll have to say euros.
yeah.
If he ends up leaving the league, let me know. All right.
Oh yeah, like
'Cause I'll assume ownership of that one.
yeah, for sure. So
Is Ben McClellan going to rejoin though, or no?
he wants to. We got to figure out how to treat that because he quit, because of COVID, and then
Yeah.
it's confusing. No matter what, Josh is staying. Like if Josh wants to stay,
Yeah, and he does.
he
Josh-
gets that
yeah.
team and everything. He built it. He got the draft picks. He's set up now for next year.
Say hi.
Say hi.
Hello.
Say hi.
Aw. Aw, that's sweet.
Good kissies.
That's cool.
That is.
Oh.
Yeah, Josh is staying in, so he wants to be in next year. So.
Yep.
Don't know about Ben.
Okay.
So I assume I'm not getting kicked out either. I took over somebody else's team, right? So I'm
You're
in.
not kicked
You're not
out.
kicked out.
Dad, I would say we could figure out a way to get you in, whether it means expanding the league to
No.
14 or just we'll find a spot. And it might be that Chase guy spot. I don't know.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, we were talking to you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. If you can, I'll do it. I'll be in.
We'll figure it out. And the thing is, for future drafts, we would just hope you could come into Houston as long as it's
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do. We could go all of us because I know Ellie would love to see the cousins and Serena would love to see you guys. So what we could do a draft day down in Houston and all of us can go in one car and get there. So we could do that.
Cool.
That'd be
That'd
fun.
be awesome for August.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah,
everything's
of course.
good by then.
There will be a
That would-
vaccine by then.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it. But thanks for jumping on and happy Thanksgiving.
Same to y'all.
Take care.
Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the weekend.
Yep. Good luck. Bye.
Bye guys.
Oh,
We'll
hey,
talk tomorrow.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm getting married on Monday.
I thought you already got married.
No, we postponed that because I was kind of sick that week or so,
Oh,
and so we rescheduled the Monday. So
okay. Well, send
Yeah, did you
pictures
hear that?
and
Yeah, the same place. We're going to your house.
yeah, Monday.
It'll be at your
No,
place.
it's at the Justice of the Peace Office in Denton.
Okay.
I'll
So
give
we
you
need-
the address. I'll give
Yeah,
you the
send it to me.
Okay.
all right.
Cool.
Well, take it easy, y'all.
Bye guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye, y'all.